Good morning. Today we are talking about some middle school band trips. So here in this corner of the world, we have a thing called Music in the Parks, where a whole bunch of middle school bands, you go to this school, you perform a couple of songs on stage and get judged, and then you go to a theme park and have a lot of fun. So I guess it's not technically music in the parks, it's music followed by the park, although I guess that doesn't roll off the tongue quite as nicely. And the theme park that they had us go to was Dorney Park, which I had never been to until this point, so yeah, I was like super excited because band and theme parks are like my two favorite things in the world. Like there is no better trip than this. So the way that my school did this is we would have the 7th and 8th grade bands would both combine into one bigger band to go to this contest. And since 7th and 8th grade band, they met at different times during the day, this kind of didn't make sense because we would only practice together like the week before the contest. We'd have after school rehearsals. So during the actual rehearsals during the school day for the whole year, there would be a bunch of parts missing. Like our only baritone saxophone player was in 8th grade, so we didn't have one. A bunch of percussion parts were missing, which was actually awesome. I loved that. Because there were only 2 of us 7th grade percussionists, so during band class we would try to cover all of the parts. Like we would have like 4 music stands each, just like reading each part down, trying to figure it out. It was a whole lot of fun. But then it sucked a lot when we combined 7th and 8th grade because there was like 9 8th grade percussionists, and that's like way too many. So with the 2 competition pieces, we would each play like one thing in one song, and it was kind of lame because since I was younger I got stuck with the crappy part. I remember we played this song Air for Band. Compose a comment if you're playing Air for Band. And I was on crash cymbals, which has one note the whole song, and then I didn't get to play in the second song. So yeah, I literally played one note for the entire competition. But we still had Dorney Park to look forward to, so I guess it was okay. So we were working real hard all year, and it was a couple days before the band trip, and I was at my friend's house. We were on the trampoline, and his next door neighbor was a couple years ahead of us, and he also did band in middle school.
Alright, so like, something you guys gotta know about this trip is that on the bus, the girls, they all go wild, you know what I'm saying? Like, you guys, you gotta be prepared to score.
What? Nuh-uh.
Yeah, I'm older than you. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I didn't believe this kid at all, but at the same time, like, my 13-year-old brain, like, I was, like, wondering if, like, this could actually be a thing. So anyways, the day comes, the band trip is here, and our band director gave us multiple pep talks on how we shouldn't be late for the bus, because we had to show up to the school at, like, 5 a.m. And of course, one of the percussionists, he oversleeps.
Oh, jeez! Oh, my goodness! Oh, I missed the bus by like 2 hours!
And the band director, he had a rule that if you miss the bus, then you shouldn't even bother showing up because he won't let you play the concert. And I was so excited that this kid missed the bus because he played the break drum in the second competition song, the one that I didn't play anything in, and the band director, he asked me to play the break drum part in place of this kid.
Yes! I get to contribute more than one thing!
So we're on the bus ride there, and as I expected, there was no, like, weird hanky-panky or anything. There was, like, a bunch of, like, parent chaperones and the band director on the bus, so yeah, that was not a thing that was gonna happen. This kid was a total liar. So we get there and we're getting ready to go on, and the kid that overslept, he had his mom drive him to the concert.
Hey, sorry I'm late. My dog ate my alarm clock.
Okay, well that seems legitimate. I guess you're back in on the break drum part.
Oh, man. Guess I'm just contributing one thing.
So we start setting up on the stage, and I'm sure all of you band kids know that there are different kind of music stands, right? You have the super old, trusty, reliable stands, and then there's a couple of those, like, crappy music stands that if you put your folder on it, it just, like, flips forward and everything falls off. So this freaking kid, he's setting up the break drum on a music stand, and of course he picks one of those crappy stands.
Oh, jeez! Oh, my goodness! Oh, someone needs to take me to the hospital!
Yeah, right after we had, like, a pep talk about, you know, looking professional on stage, yeah, that happened.
Goodness gracious!
But we got started, we played Air for Band, it went fine. I nailed my one crash, probably with awful technique because I didn't know how to play cymbals the right way at the time. But I played it really loud and in the right spot, and that's what matters, I guess. So we finish that song and we start getting set up for the second song, and this freaking kid would not shut up.
First I missed the school bus by like 2 hours, and my mom is mad at me because she has to drive me, and now I'm on stage with a broken foot because I dropped the brake drum. Oh, and now the band director's mad at me because I won't stop talking.
Yeah, our band director got, like, super mad about that, but honestly, it was kind of his fault because he shouldn't have let him play the concert in the first place. But that second song went well from what I remember. I rested perfectly. I didn't mess up anything. So then we went over to Dorney Park, and at the time the ride Talon was like the super new, like big, huge roller coaster, and we were all excited to ride that. We did that. We also rode Steel Force was the other big one. And we also rode Thunderhawk, which was like this really old wooden roller coaster. And when we got back to the station after the ride, for some reason my seatbelt, the harness, it wouldn't come up. Like I was stuck in the ride. And everyone in line thought that I was trying to just stay in there to get to go around a second time. And I was like getting bullied. Yeah, I don't know what the deal with that was. I was stuck in the seat for like 5 minutes before they figured out how to get it open. And then we were all sitting around at this table, and I remember there was like a very slight gust of wind, and I had my hand out, and this just got timed like perfectly. Like this cup just like blew into my hand.
What the? Oh my goodness! Did you see that? How is that even possible? Oh crap. I'm not supposed to do that in public.
Yeah, I played that off perfectly, and then all my friends thought I had superpowers. Yeah, it's honestly kind of weird what I remember about this whole trip. This was like 20 years ago. I guess I just got a good, big old brain in there, though. So then we went to the award ceremony, and they don't judge these things like they do marching band, like with numbers and rankings. You just get like a rating out of 3 possible scores. You could get a score of good, which means you're somewhere between god-awful and pretty bad. Excellent means you're somewhere from pretty bad to halfway decent. And superior, which means you're somewhere from halfway decent to actually superior. And we got a score of excellent. Yeah, it was kind of disappointing. And I'm sure Break Drum Kid didn't help us with that.
Oh, I seriously think I broke every single bone in my foot.
Alright, so then 8th grade comes along, and we have the exact same trip again. It's Dorney Park, and nothing was new about the park. But it was definitely a better experience musically. Because once again, in the 8th grade, it was just the 2 of us percussionists. And the 7th grade, there were only 4 percussionists this time. So 6 of us total, which is a good number, because that meant that everyone got to play something in both songs. And I was on snare drum for both songs the whole time, and there was a whole lot of notes in both of the songs. Yeah, I can't remember the name of the first song we played, but the second one was Digital Prisms. Compose a comment if you're playing Digital Prisms. The snare drum part was pretty cool. Yeah, so this time nobody missed the bus, and nobody dropped a break drum on their foot, and the concert went extremely well from what I remember. And then we got to the park, and like I said, all the rides were exactly the same. However, I did have a very life-changing experience this time at the park. So we were about to go on the River Rapids ride. There was 4 of us hanging out, and one kid, he like had indigestion or something and had to take a dump.
Oh, that theme park food is seriously not agreeing with my stomach. Here, you guys go on this one without me. Just don't have any life-changing experiences while I'm not there.
So we got online for the River Rapids, and there was these 2 like older high school girls like in front of us in the line, and they were being super flirty with us. So yeah, these girls were like letting us feel them up like in the line for the River Rapids with like the 100 people like all around us.
I think my testicles just descended. Whoa.
Yeah, middle school is a weird time, okay? The hormones are raging. So later on, we met back up with our other friend who had to poop, and oh, he was so jealous.
I must be the unluckiest person on this entire planet.
So now that we're super manly men, we went to the award ceremony, and we also got a rating of superior this time. Very nice. And we also got like judge recordings, like critique for live performance, and I don't remember the 7th grade ones at all, probably because I wasn't paying attention because I only had 1 note, but I remember this year, the 8th grade year, the freaking judges, well, one judge gave like no comments to percussion at all, but the other judge, he loved me a lot. Like he was giving me all kinds of comments about how good the snare drummer was, and I was very proud of myself for that one. So yeah, all those months of hard work and determination and practice all paid off in the end. However, that 15 minutes that we were in line for the River Rapids, that was the part that I remember the most fondly. And yeah, I guess that trampoline kid, he actually wasn't wrong about what was going to happen on this trip. Some real words of wisdom there from him. So those are my experiences on my middle school band trips. Compose a comment below if you have any weird stories from your middle school band trips. And also make sure that you click that subscribe button, ring that Liberty Bell, and click that like button. Thank you to everyone who supports me on Patreon. If you are able to, please consider going over there to make a donation. It will help the channel out a whole lot. And also consider buying custom t-shirts, such as this one. I will leave that link in the description. And have a good morning.